Hey Terry, how are you? Let's take a step back. What are all these documents?
A gold mine for my dissolution of marriage case. That's what these are. Remember when you took on my case, how I told you how my husband's company owns an office building?
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that you had an office that you used in Victor's place for printing and copying and such.
Exactly. So I know our marriage has been on the rocks for a while, so in addition to my own personal needs, I started making copies of his documents in his office. Kind of a break the glass in case of an emergency file. I think Victor is going to try to hide assets from me during the divorce, but since we separated, that stupid jerk locked me out of his office building, so I can only go there after hours or with supervision. The nerve! After 10 years of marriage, I figured he must be hiding something real special. So the other night, I snuck back into his office to make more copies of documents that I didn't previously have. Plus, I still know the passcode to the office building. So I waved at the security guards, I walked straight on in, I found a file of what looked like to be a password, I typed it in, and voila, I had full access to his business emails and his entire computer. So I made a few more copies of documents, and you have to take a look at these. We can use this to really stick it to him. And you wouldn't believe my idiot husband. He has the same password on his work computer and his computer at home, which is still at our house. So I typed it into our computer at home, and I had full access to his personal activities, his day-to-day conversations with people, and even the ones with his scummy lawyer. I know you mentioned that there's this process called discovery, but I've hooked you up. Everything that you could possibly want is here. Before I came to you today, I decided to drive by my husband's apartment where he's been staying since we've separated, and I saw that his car was there with the window rolled down because he likes to keep his car cool in the summertime. So naturally, I walked up to his car, I peeped in the passenger seat, and there was a file sitting there with my name on it. So I opened the file, I started looking around, but I didn't want to take the file because I didn't want him to know that I had been there. So I pulled out my phone and I started taking pictures. In the file, there were emails with his lawyer, there were court documents. Of course, I didn't read the emails with his lawyer. I wanted you to decide that because I wasn't sure if it was considered privilege. So here you go. Hey, so I'm gonna run to the restroom. Why don't you take a look over these documents so you can further brainstorm about how we can crush Victor? And I know you'll thank me later.